Greetings, Zach here. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make a tasty sprouted sunflower salad out of all raw and organic ingredients. Whilst doing so, I'm going to play some music. I have a better setup this time, so the music should be less so competing with the audibility of my voice. I've got a speaker this time. So this is a Tame Impala, an Australian psychedelic band that is pretty cool. Here we go. So what we're going to need to make this is not really very many things. Sprouted sunflowers is the first and most important ingredient, of course. What I have here is 1.5 cups of sprouted sunflower seeds. I thought of this idea just now. 2 days ago, I started soaking some sunflowers right here. I just filled this jar up with spring water, just enough to fully cover the sunflower seeds, and I wanted to do something with it. I was just kind of called to produce sprouted sunflowers, and I knew I would consume it in some manner. And then just tonight I was thinking, I would like to eat these sprouted sunflowers, and these different ingredients kind of called out to me as a compilation. So hopefully it turns out good. I have a good feeling about it. But I measured out 1.5 cups here. I've got organic Arugula Greens. There's 1/2 cup there. This is a handful of organic cherry tomatoes. I didn't measure those ones. I'm going to use 2 carrots, about 1/3 to 1/2 small red onion, and 1 whole organic red pepper. And then I've got a few sauces and things to apply to it at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this stuff up. I'm not really one for too much precision when it comes to the preparing, like the cutting and the dicing. So I'm going to do my best, but I'm not really striving for chef quality cuts here. I'm more just feeling it out and doing what feels natural. So I'm doing something along the lines of dicing, I would say. I think that would be the term. And of course I have a cool ceramic mushroom pot thing, so a vessel of some kind, and I'm going to put the contents within this. It seems like my best food creations come about when I have no specific intention, but rather I just get hungry and I look at a bunch of fruits and vegetables. I feel that is why it is so important to stock your pantry with only really healthy things. If I have food around that is not awesome raw organic fruits and vegetables, like if I have like some kind of like vegan chips and salsa or something like that, I'll feel more compelled to eat that. And it throws off my ability to truly decipher what my body is calling for. I have really no processed food here right now. So I got hungry and I opened the fridge and I saw the sprouted sunflowers. That just had those sitting in there for, like I said, like a day and a half or so. And then I just started thinking, man, what can I put with this? And it all just kind of came together. So the onion, I'm going to cut up a little bit more thin than I did the peppers. But all this is really up to your taste. I don't know. I'm no expert at this kind of thing. That looks good to me. Carrots, I'm going to use this, I cut the ends of them off that has like the more stubbly material, more dense fibers. I'm going to go ahead and peel these guys. We probably won't use the whole 2 carrots because it's pretty hard to peel them down to nothing. But this is a good way to be able to consume high amounts of carrots, is peel it basically. Then I'm going to cut these shreds up a little bit. It really makes an ideal texture for things like veggie wraps. I definitely recommend, peeling a carrot to the point where it ceases to be a solid object. This song is so badass, I think. I just started listening to these guys not too long ago. I will consume that in a different manner. This is going to be enough for this recipe. And again, they're organic carrots, so I rinsed them off really good, but I'm not concerned about peeling the outside of them. I think with organic produce, there's actually going to be healthy bacteria on the outside to some extent, so I would really hate for that to go to waste. I let the earth keep things clean for me. I have no desire to sanitize things. The more that I move towards the natural diet, the more that I surround myself with healthy living plants, the more that it seems that the bacteria that chooses to occupy these foods, these vegetables, it seems ideal for the human biochemistry to resonate with. The processed food seems to draw funky bacteria that you'd be like, oh, that's gone bad, you know. Seems like that's like with raw fermenting. The natural bacteria that are good for the body will actually go towards the salt water with the cabbage to make sauerkraut and things like that. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna cut these up a little bit. This looks kind of hard. I'm a little intimidated. Like I said, this is not a prepared idea. This is improv, raw vegan preparation here. Alright, that looks pretty good. Kind of what I was picturing. Okay, I'm gonna cut up the arugula just a little bit as well. It could keep them whole, but I'm kind of feeling the vibe to have like a slightly finer texture in there. Looks good. Yeah, it's already looking very planty and healthy, even without the addition of the saucy kind of condiments that I've picked out. So it's looking very promising. With the little tomatoes, I'm just going to cut them in half. They don't really need much preparation. I mean, they would be good whole even. With the sauces, I've chosen to be pretty minimalistic. One of the things we're going to add to it is going to be olive oil. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Too much oil slows the digestion big time, so you don't want to go too overboard. I'm hoping 1 tablespoon isn't overboard, but I don't think it will be. Alright, got the tomatoes. I should have counted those first. It would have been interesting to see the numerological significance. Shucks. Alright. That's everything. I'm going to go ahead and now add the sprouted sunflowers. Here. Forgetting not even 1 kernel, because they are all a little family of sunflowers. Awesome. Okay. Now, in terms of applying sauces and things, what I felt drawn to was a little bit of olive oil. I'll go ahead and put that on. I have 1 tablespoon of organic olive oil here. Drizzle that on. Then I'm going to apply a little bit of lime juice. This one I'm not going to measure because it always seems more difficult than it's worth to try to measure juices like this. Cut off that amount of lime. That's feeling about right. I don't want it to be too overly acidic, but I'm essentially making a salad dressing, you know, an impromptu salad dressing out of the olive oil and the lime juice. So squeeze out as much as I can there. Looks pretty good. Get this out of here. Now, some of the special stuff here. This is a Kala Namek Salt. It's an Indian salt that's harvested from the earth. It's not a sea salt. It's an earth salt, actually. It's extremely healthy. It has a lot of trace minerals and vitamins in it. Or maybe not vitamins, but it's got healthy things for the body in it, definitely minerals. What's unique about this is it's rich in sulfur, which healthy sulfur compounds are very good for the body, such as what is found in broccoli. And because of the sulfur content, it actually smells and tastes like eggs almost. So this is kind of like a magical ingredient for vegans to have around, because you can actually produce egg-like tastes without using eggs. So I don't want this to taste like eggs exactly, obviously, but just a little dash of it here is going to really add a unique quality to the flavor. This is one of the main things I feel drawn to for this. Organic thyme. Thyme is an awesome spice, but it's also actually a traditional ancient Chinese medicinal herb. Turn this down a little bit. So yeah, I'm not really too concerned with going light on the thyme because it's very healthy all around. And then the final thing that I'm going to have to get my tablespoon back out for is this stuff right here. And if you've noticed, all the products that I'm using, I'm not showing the brands because I don't want to really make this like a corporate saturated video at all. And also, I'm with Eternity in a Box. So in terms of referencing companies, I'm only really trying to reference our own company. But this is a brand which is really fucking awesome, and I recommend checking them out. Coconut, it's all wet. Coconut Secret is the brand. This is a coconut amino. If anybody's familiar with the Bragg's liquid aminos, which is made from soy, this is basically the healthier coconut alternative, because soy is just not really very good for the body, and it's been engineered through time so much. Coconut is very resonant with the human body, very healthy, and it's hard to go wrong with coconut in general. So this is essentially a sap from the coconut tree, which has been fermented. So it has almost like a soy sauce kind of quality, but it's almost like sweet and molassesy. It's really, really good. So anyways, I've got a little bit of that in here. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon to our mix. Stuff's a little bit expensive, but these big gallons go a long way. So definitely a cool thing to have. You gotta keep it refrigerated, but I have reserved a spot in my refrigerator for this nice Coconut Secret amino. And then the final ingredient is the Eternity in a Box ghost pepper. This is really awesome stuff and is available on our website. This is barely anything weight-wise, and even this little tiny pouch will go a really long way. It's so potent. This would be add as much as you want. I'm not really trying to make this a super spicy dish, so I'm just going to put like a little sprinkle on there. It's kind of a culinary secret, actually, to add little bits of spicy things to bring out flavors. Same as how sugar is used. If you look at a lot of processed foods, pasta sauce or something like that, for instance, they usually will have a little bit of sugar in it. It's not to make it sweet, but it stimulates the palate. This, I don't really want sugar, but if I was to add a little bit, it would make the flavor pop quite a bit. So if you wanted, you can maybe add like a quarter of a teaspoon of agave or coconut nectar or something like that, and that would probably be really good. But anyways, that's why I'm adding the ghost pepper. That's why I say that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and stir this up. Try to not spill it. It is really hot in here. Probably 80 to 90 degrees outside. And I don't mess with air conditioning, so it's another benefit of eating light and healthy and raw. Your body is much better able to adapt to earth conditions. So this is going to be a nice meal that is going to leave me feeling at my maximum potential to process this heat. Could almost go with more sunflowers, but this is the completed raw sprouted sunflower vegetable salad. And of course, before you consume, please give thanks to the vegetables and the plants for being here to nourish your body, and give thanks to the heavens and the earth or reality or whatever you feel is appropriate. Just be thankful, because life is great, and to be able to have healthy food accessible to you is such a blessing that is not accessible to everyone. Have a wonderful night, everyone.